did a 30-minute Ashtanga-ish practice, which I thought I was filming. And it turned out I actually didn't press record, so I have no proof of that, only my word to go for it. I've had one banana this morning before the school run, and now after my practice I'm really hungry, so I'm gonna have this, some tea. I am trying to simplify my life. As a mum of two who's also a working mum and taking care of the home and the family and our little doggy, I feel really overwhelmed at times. I'm trying my best to make life easier wherever I can. And one of the things that I really value and I find really helps me stay grounded is a physical practice of some sort, whether that's yoga, which is my preference, but also I've noticed that building strength, not only physically but mentally, it really helps me to stay grounded. So what I've started doing recently is using some weights, either in my yoga practice, kind of involving some of the movement that we don't really get to do in yoga, and also Swedish walls, so kind of hanging and trying to do some pull-ups, building strength in the upper body. And also my core, I really feel recently, especially as I've been having back problems, and I don't know if I mentioned this last time, but it turned out, or at least we think, that where I hit my thumb in the supermarket, I accidentally closed one of the fridge doors on my thumb and it bruised like instantly. And it's been about a month where I've still have pain. Anyway, my back, my shoulder, it was really painful for quite a while, and I went to see a few people, and basically one of them said that it could be my thumb that started the whole thing. So kind of pain shooting up along the shoulder, and then the muscles contracting and stressing, and then putting pressure on one side of the body. And it's just really interesting how everything is so connected from there. The whole stress of, you know, having to not work, also not being able to do things physically, waking up in the night, that stress then creating stress in my jaw, and you know, it was just everything on top of each other, layering on. And I feel so much better. Honestly, this week I felt like 100% physically. I've had no pain in my back, but what I have noticed is that my hamstrings feel really tight, also my lower back. Like now during my practice I came into wheel pose, which I mean normally would feel quite a nice heart opener, back bend stretch for me, and today I could barely push myself off the ground. My back felt really tight, so I'm trying to take it easy. I'm also trying to work on relaxing, or more so calming my nervous system, because that's another thing I've learned, that actually feeling stress, whether that's a conscious or unconscious type of stress, it stores fat in the body. Holding fat in the body, feeling uncomfortable, could be because I'm feeling quite stressed and overwhelmed. I really wanted to share that today. I do feel quite vulnerable sharing it, because as a teacher, anyone who is a teacher, I feel, could relate with this on some level. When it comes to your profession and the expectations, or how people perceive you, and having an idea of what you need to look like or what you need to deliver. And I feel sometimes, because I teach a type of practice that is quite dynamic, quite strong, and then I feel like maybe I don't represent that the way I look, and it makes me sad, because I would hate for somebody to not come to class because they felt insecure in how they looked, because it's not about that at all. And I'm just really trying to pay attention to those thoughts and those impressions that I have of myself, because it's nothing anybody has said to me, apart from maybe society and social media, on how one should be and look. And I'm just really trying to focus on what is in my control at this moment, what I can do to stay disciplined, stay in touch with my values, and not please anyone, or do anything for anybody else that doesn't feel right for me. And that's where I'm at. And some days are more challenging, and some days I feel excited to do all the things I need to do, and that's okay. Every day is different, as is our practice. And just because I found it difficult to get into wheel pose doesn't mean anything. It just means that that's how my body is today, how I am reacting to it. And I am actually really glad that I had the awareness that it felt different, because if we are in a automated state, so we are just moving through without paying attention, then I may have pushed into that full expression of the wheel and then caused damage to my back. It's okay, this is where I'm at today, and maybe tomorrow or next week, if I keep to this routine, this practice, things will shift. Who knows? I used to really dislike sweet potatoes a few years back, and then I started making them. I don't know how your taste just changes at one point, but anyway, I love sweet potatoes now. I try them in all the different ways, but like wedges or circles, with some olive oil, avocado oil I had yesterday. And then I like to put some sweet paprika and cinnamon and some salt. Hello guys, I have just seen my face and how I slept last night. We had a rough night sleeping, so I'm still a bit sleepy, and my skin is a little crinkled from the way I slept. I have just arrived at the place where I will be teaching, so I'm covering a class today, and I've been thinking a lot about what type of practice I'll be sharing. And since I've already been here a few times, I noticed that the students really enjoyed some of the pranayama, the breath practices I shared with them the last few times. In particular, Nadi Shodhana, so alternate nostril breathing. And I was also listening to a podcast on the way here. I'll share for anybody who wants to hear it too. The breath that came to mind to share today, which is both quite simple and quite effective, is box breathing. So breathing in, holding the breath, breathing out, holding the breath. And you can start quite simple. I feel it's very kind of an individual practice, because everybody's breath capacity and tolerance to breath will be different, but typically around count of 4 is one you can try. And whether you are a teacher or a yoga student, it's a really great thing to do to calm your nervous system, to become more present. And I think I'm gonna do a round of breathing myself, so a round of box breathing. Now I'll set a timer for about 2 minutes and then I'll head off to class. Set a timer yourself and try it out. When it comes to holding the breath, if you do feel any type of restriction or even a panicky type of sensation, or any sensation that feels quite negative and uncomfortable, then just breathe in and out to a count of 4 or 5, whatever feels good to you, but try to keep to 1 count. Allow yourself to enjoy the breath. That was really quick. I hope you join me, or I hope you feel now motivated to try it out yourself. What I noticed at one point is that I was counting to 4. It felt a little rushed at first, but then I started to synchronize with my heartbeat. So it was more of like, if I was counting 1, 2, 3, 4, then it kind of slowed down depending on my heart rate. So it's like 1, 2, 3, 4, if that makes sense. So really feeling to that inner rhythm can be really helpful to how much you need to count to, or how much breath you can inhale and exhale. And like I said, try to stay to an equal ratio first.